The first place we have come to is Eumundi Markets. Now, these are some of the most popular markets in the region, and it's just a 20-minute drive from Noosa, so you definitely have to add this place to your itinerary. We love these markets. They're open every Saturday and Wednesday, and we were staying just down the road in Eumundi anyway, so of course we had to come, and let's go find some brekkie.
Right, after a little bit of wandering around, we've finally chosen a place to get a coffee from, Eumundi Coffee, but we're also still really struggling to pick a place for food because there's just too many options here. Way too many options.
I don't know what to have. There's quite a lot of food options and I don't know what to pick. Thank you, have a nice day. Ooh, good job you heard, because I did not hear them shouting. It's yummy, I'm just trying and get it in my mouth, it's so big. Jesus. I do like bao buns though. And there's lots to choose from. I think this is probably going to be breakfast number one of our food tour of Noosa and beyond.
Yummy. Oh, I like those. Right, I think we're just going to sit here and eat all this bread. Garlic olive oil.
The olive oil is really nice. Oh, which one did I try? Hello.
Hi. Love a good market. You just go around trying everything, little bits of pieces of samples of everything, and you don't actually have to buy anything.
Well, sometimes Corey buys stuff because he feels too awkward to say no, depending on how pushy they are.
I don't feel awkward.
You do. You're always like, okay, yes, I'll take it. We will if we really like it. I actually really like that garlic olive oil. That was delish.
So the Eumundi Markets grounds is actually quite big. It now stretches like pretty much all the way down this street here, and then it goes across the road into another section, which I think is actually new since I was last here. But it's not only that, we also have the main street here in Eumundi. So all of the main street shops here, there's lots of cafes, there's hotels, you've got a brewery, bit of everything really, but it's all located along the main street here, and then that backs onto Eumundi Markets. So you're not really going to have any problems finding what you're after. Well, I've gone for the Brazilian tapioca. What would you call this? It's like nearly a sandwich, flatbread.
They said they describe it as the greatest sandwich you never heard of, but I guess it's also a bit like, we're having it a bit like a naughty crepe.
Yeah, it's actually got chocolate and strawberries and bananas in there, so not a very healthy breakfast, but I'm sure it's delicious. That's too good. That's so good. That chocolate's unreal.
Oh, it's like crunchy. We're on our way to Noosa National Park, but we know because we went to the markets earlier, we kind of forfeited finding a park because it is so hard to find a parking spot in Noosa, especially at the National Park where everyone parks up to do the headland walk, which is what we want to do. It's one of the most beautiful walks, one of my favourites, and one of the biggest recommendations I give to people to do in Noosa. So hopefully we're not too late that we can't find a park. So fingers crossed. Not looking good. There's already people just going around in circles trying to find a park. You get 4 hours here, so it's very popular. We've been waiting, I think nearly about 45 minutes to get a park. It's just crazy, like people going around in circles, and the frustrating thing is someone that comes straight in can get a park if they're closest to someone leaving, and other people who've been just circling for half an hour have to wait. But yeah, we just parked up at Fullerton and then did a lap, and then yeah, luckily, obviously the 2-hour parking, you got more of a chance because people are leaving sooner. It's usually where the surfers go. But yeah, we're here now, so it's worth it. I already know it's worth it. So let's go get our summers on and go for a walk and find some ferry pools.
Well, it's pretty bloody busy out here, and I think that's because it's just such a popular Saturday activity to do here in Noosa. You get all the holiday makers come up here, and you even get people like us who used to come up here on the weekends from Brisbane. It's a great day trip, and then you've just got this beautiful coast which you don't really get down in Brisbane. But there's part of the walk which is actually closed, and it is actually a section that we wanted to show you guys. We'll see what we can see. We're going to continue on anyway. It is beautiful, and there are some really, really lovely little kind of beaches and coves that we can swim in. So we're going to go there and do that. But we wanted to go to the ferry pools, which I don't think we can access at the moment. And the other option for parking, if you don't want to wait around and try your luck down here in the main kind of access point, you can go to Sunshine Beach on the other side of the Noosa National Park, and you're probably more likely to get a park along there. It'll be a bit easier, less people.
Not far into the walk, you come across Tea Tree Bay, and this is such a beautiful beach, really popular with locals. And this is one, if you can get a 4-hour park, then definitely come and spend like your morning, afternoon here. It's really beautiful, quite secluded, packed snacks. So because of the closure they have, we aren't going to make it to the ferry pools, and I think we're a bit too late in the day for it anyway. So we're going to go to Dolphin Point, which is as far as you can go with today's closure without going through the bush. And then I think we'll turn around and go for a dip in Tea Tree Bay because it looks so inviting.
We can still see Granite Bay at least.
So we made it to Dolphin Point, and this place, you can tell by the name, is where you can usually spot dolphins riding the surf. So we're going to have a little spot out for them, but you can also see Granite Bay, which is another little cove that's really nice to pop in on the coastal walk, but because of the closures this week, we can't get to it, but we can see it.
Wow, pretty stunning spot, and we can see all the way up there, that's where Rainbow Beach is. And if you have a four-wheel drive, you can drive from Noosa all the way along the beach up to Double Island Point and then on to Rainbow Beach. Pretty incredible. There's some awesome like sand formations there, Carlo Sand Blow, and then you cut over Double Island Point. Definitely recommend if you have a four-wheel drive and you are a bit adventurous, just be careful of the tide times. Make sure you time it right and take plenty of supplies with you.
Well, Corey was so hungry he was about to faint after our morning adventure, so we actually drove out of town to this little spot that we had saved on Google Maps. It had good reviews, so we thought that we'd come and check it out today. And it has like a store next door, but it has a lot of organic food and everything really. But we went for a green goodness bowl, being very healthy. And then we went for some banana bread with like some caramel on top and coconut yogurt and berries. So this will tie us over for a little while before we head back into town and do some more adventuring.
Okay, taste testing. So it's supposed to be a very, very healthy place. Noosa is kind of known for being really into the health and wellness stuff.
It's all organic.
Yeah, it's all organic.
And surprising.
Charlotte says the pesto is unreal, so let's give it a taste test. That is bloody good pesto, I must say.
So good, isn't it?
So good. Yeah, very yummy. Right, got myself a cheeky little latte. Well, that's a good one. Double shot espresso down here in Noosaville. And we're going to take a little walk along the riverside.
It's not very nice.
It's quite bitter, isn't it?
Yeah. Ugh.
That's how I like it.
Really?
I like a bitter coffee. I don't want a sweet thing. If I wanted sweet, I'd get hot chocolate.
Now, before we head back into town by the main beach, we have come to Noosaville. This is by the river, and here most of the locals are here. It's out on the weekend, and everyone can jump onto that boat.
Much easier to get here than the main street.
Less hectic on the roads. But yeah, everyone's got their houseboats. There's lots of tours from here.
You can rent
water
boats
sports.
here as well.
Can you get to the Noosa Everglades from here?
I think so. You follow the Noosa River up, you pass a couple of lakes and you get there eventually, yeah.
Yeah, so this is definitely a nice little place to add on to your trip to Noosa. We've got some nice cafes here, some accommodation.
Yeah, and when you're looking for accommodation as well, this, Noosaville could be an option. It is really cute down here. And then when you want to go into the main area in Noosa Heads, main beach, Noosa National Park, you can just catch a bus up there if you need to. But this is a really nice area. There's loads going on, heaps of restaurants, heaps of cafes, and lots of accommodation. Half an hour on a jet ski is $100, and you can share it with up to 3 people. Not bad.
Well, we had all that bad luck earlier trying to find a park, and we just happened to stumble upon one near town. We got 2 hours free parking. Woo! So we had just come into the main Noosa drag. This is Hastings Street. This is like the tourist spot. We're going to find all of your stores, restaurants, and like boutique places. If you want to go and shop up in Noosa, this is where to do it, and also some accommodation around here. So we're going to go for a little cruise and show you what it's like. It's very hot today, so grabbed a smoothie. This spot I came to like years ago, and I was like, there is one smoothie spot I really want to find again. That was it. Got myself a nice little chocolate smoothie, yum yum.
I find this place to be like very European as well, the way that they have all the cafes and the restaurants with tables out the front. Kind of like one of my favorite things to do in Europe, just to sit out front of a cafe or restaurant and just watch all the people go by, especially because everyone here is kind of like, I don't know, like fashionable. People are wearing nice things.
I just realised how British you sound. You said like so many times then.
But yeah, Hastings Street can be notorious for bad parking and for traffic jams. It's because it's a one-way system out to the point here in Noosa. And yeah, if you go up the street, there's only one way out. And if there's heaps of traffic, you're going to be sitting in it.
The location of Hastings Street is great. You're literally right next to the beach, and there's a few little alleys like connecting you as well. And then on the main beach here in Noosa, there is a boardwalk, so it's a really nice place to come for a walk. And there's actually a couple of beach-facing restaurants, which is surprisingly actually quite rare to find on the coast. Yeah. Like, people message me saying, hey, can you recommend some cafes to visit in the Gold Coast with an ocean view? And I'm like, there's not many actually.
And obviously you've got the accommodation options here as well, right behind us. One of the options with a pool right next to the beach. Not sure why you need that, but amazing to wake up here, watch the sunrise over the ocean.
Pool than the ocean.
And then being here so central in Hastings Street, you've just got direct access to Noosa National Park as well, which is just, I think, the gem of this region.
Oh yeah, I think Noosa's an amazing place. Like, I would love to come here and just have like a week's holiday.
Oh yeah.
Like one of these accommodations right on the beachfront. You get ocean views too.
Sponsor us, Sofitel.
And you've got like the surrounding kind of landscape is just really natural.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
I think it's actually a really like biodiverse area. They've got the Noosa Everglades, which is like this great sandy national park protected environment.
Some kayaking there as well, which looks really cool.
Stuff that we probably will be doing in the future, but not on this trip because we only have one day here in Noosa.
As you can see, the main beach here in Noosa is extremely popular. We're not even in summertime yet, but it is a sunny Saturday, so that's going to count for something. But it is very accessible to get here. You're right next to the main town. There's a car park just next to us. You get 3 hours, but good luck trying to get a park. Come early maybe, or do your laps. It's a very family-friendly place. You've got loads of restaurants, lifeguards here, and facilities. And as you can see, everybody loves their Coco Cabanas. It's like the equivalent of looking at a UK beach in summertime and seeing all the windbreaks. This is the Aussie equivalent, the Coco Cabanas. Like, yeah, the sunshade.
Next destination for us, only 20 minutes out of Noosa, a short little drive, is Mount Tinbeerwah.
Yeah, so this is one of 2 spots around Noosa, which is beautiful for sunset. We're here just before sunset because we're going to try and make it to the other spot for sunset.
We're giving you guys the full tour of Noosa today.
And this little hike is quite accessible to many. The car park is quite high up in the mountain, and it's about a 15-20 minute walk on a trail.
It's a gentle gradient.
Yeah, and you just follow a main path. I'm here in my normal day wear, not in hiking stuff. And then you get a pretty good view from the top. We saw some people in the car park. Looks like they're meeting for a tour. And I think this is it. I think they're kind of rock climbing, had loads of ropes. So yeah, spectacular spot for it. Did it? Wasn't that long really, was it? Like 10 minutes. This is a place you could come and bring a little picnic to because it's so close to the car park. Behind us is a view of Mount Coolroy, which looks absolutely spectacular, and actually not far from it is where we're staying during our little trip around Noosa and Eumundi. It's a beautiful Airbnb property called The Shed. We'll link it in the description below. It sleeps up to 6 people, I believe, and it's perfect for families or groups having a little getaway. And yeah, it's really beautiful, and we have that view and that peace and tranquility, that is what we experienced over the accommodation, and yep, we'll definitely recommend it. We loved it, so I'll link it below.
Shake it like a Polaroid.
I waited for my Polaroid to develop. We decided to take a photo here with Noosa in the background. Not sure if we'll pick it up. That way looks really beautiful, the mountains, but I think it was just a little bit too bright. But we always try and remember to take Polaroid photos on our trips around. We've got loads around Oz and Europe. If you're in New Zealand, we should have took more. Sometimes we forget.
Now for sunset tonight, it would be lovely to stay up here. This is definitely a recommended spot for sunset, Mount Tinbeerwah. But we are going to head back into Noosa. We're going to get something to eat, and we are going to go up to the Laguna Lookout, which overlooks the Noosa River, and you've got amazing views back over Noosa with the sunset behind it. So hopefully we do get a nice one. There's a little bit of cloud cover tonight, but it looks thin enough that we might just get that glowing orange red like glow at sunset. So fingers crossed, let's go. Look at this shit.
And this is our final spot here in Noosa. We have come here for sunset with dinner. Are you starving again?
When you're hungry, grilled chips.
I got panini.
Made with love. Look at that burger with a view. Get right in. It's starting to get very busy now.
Very busy.
The car park is full, and yeah, the whole front railing of the lookout is full of people as well. And all the seats are taken. People have brought their picnic blankets down with a spread and snacks.
Sunset picnics. Dinner was a good idea. And to get here a little bit earlier. Like we were here a good 45 minutes before sunset was really starting to happen. So yeah, we got a good spot. But yeah, it's beautiful up here, really popular, and definitely a must-do. Well, that was an amazing sunset, really good shout to go and have some burgers at the Lookout View. What was it called again?
Laguna Lookout.
Laguna Lookout, that was a popular one and a must-do.
Make sure that you bring insect repellent, because the mosquitoes up there when the night falls is serious.
Yeah, I've been bitten quite a bit. I'm very itchy, but we've had an amazing time in Noosa. We hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to follow more of our Aussie adventures, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!